appreciate it. So let's talk about what happens to the average person that comes into network marketing. They join the business, right? They go to a meeting and they're super excited. They're fired up. You know, somebody shared their contagious enthusiasm with them and they're ready to get started in their business. And so they join and, you know, they've taken out their pocketbook and they've got their money in hand. And, you know, they were told to buy the largest pack because that's when they're the most committed. And you know what? That's when they're going to get the best investment, return on their investment. So they came up with $1,000 or $1,500 or $2,500 or whatever it is. And you know what? A couple of days later, a semi-truck pulls up in the front yard and box after box arrives on their doorstep. And they bring it inside and they're trying to figure out where to put all this product in this inventory and they're super excited. And then their upline says, okay, here's what I need you to do. I need you to put together a list of 100, 200 names minimum, you know, all the people that you can think of, and, you know, everybody that you've known since kindergarten, put them on the list. And then here's what they do. I want you to reach out to them and I want you to ask them if they're open to looking at income opportunities. And so here's what happens. You know what? They're kind of nervous. You know, they've got a little bit of apprehension trying to call somebody and ask them if they're open to opportunities, especially somebody they haven't talked to since kindergarten. So they'll usually reach out to a few people that they're comfortable with. And the first person that they reach out to says, you know, timing's just not really right for me. And so then they're like, oh, okay, you know, and they get rejected and it doesn't feel good. And then they go to the second person that they reach out to and they're like, hey, listen, I've got this thing. I'm super excited about it. You know, they probably don't know what they're doing, so they might even throw up on that person a little bit. Hey, listen, I'm so excited. I just joined this business. You know what you got to know about it? It's called Uforia. And you know what? All I know is it's DNA nutrition. There's never been anything like this done before. And you know what? You got to get in right now because it just launched 21 days ago. We've got it. And the person on the other side of the phone is going, whoa, wait a second. And so they say, you know what? I've tried those things. They're just not for me. No, thank you. So now this person that was excited is kind of like, I don't know about this, you know? So now a week or two goes by. They haven't brought anybody into the business yet. And you know what? Now they're starting to avoid the process of even picking up the phone, recruiting, reaching out to anybody. Why? Because they don't like the idea of rejection. And you know what? Most people don't like change. It's uncomfortable, right? I mean, anytime that you're forced to step outside of your comfort level, you know, most people aren't programmed to think, ooh, when you step outside of your comfort level, that's when you grow the most, right? We know that as network marketing professionals, but when somebody's brand new into the business, they'll do everything they can to stay within that comfort zone. So a month goes by, what happens? Another auto shipment hits, right? So the next month, product arrives, and they're thinking, man, I've already got a ton of this product around the house. I got to figure out where to, there's stuff in cupboards everywhere, trying to find out where to hide it. You know, they're still sticking with the process, and then what happens? They might talk to a few more people, they get rejected, and then all of a sudden, the next month comes by, another auto shipment hits. And then what happens? They're thinking, you know what? I don't need any more of this product. And you know what? I'm just not cut out for this business. So what happens is, now they go from being happy and excited to, you know what? I'm not cut out for this. And then not only do they quit, turn their auto ship off, but now they leave the industry bitter. Oh, network marketing doesn't work. I've tried it and it just doesn't work. Has anybody ever experienced that before in network marketing? Just out of curiosity, drop an I in the chat box if you've ever experienced that before in network marketing. I'm sure many of you have before, because that really is, in fact, the DSA, the Direct Sales Association, says that the average life cycle is 86 days, you guys, 86 days. That is exactly what happens to the majority of the people that come into network marketing. What I'm going to show you will change the entire dynamic of what happens in this industry and will lead to true long-term residual income and growth in your business. So it's all about moving your product first. First of all, you need to understand what is going through your new promoter's mind when they first join the business. Now, understand, I'm not talking about customers. We're talking about promoters, new promoters that join your business, or they're looking at joining your business. What's the first thing that's going through their mind when they're even looking, making a decision to come on board with you? There's three things that they're really thinking about. First of all, they're thinking about, okay, what will I have to do, right? What will I have to do here in this business? Because I don't want to have to do anything that's way outside of my comfort level, right? Because I don't like change. I don't like feeling uncomfortable. So what am I going to have to do? Second thing that they're thinking about is, listen, what do I need to do to get my money back? Okay, what do I have to do to get my money back? Now, I know that the promise of riches, financial freedom day, sipping on coconut money, and all of these things sound fantastic. But let me tell you something. The people that you're talking to, they don't have that vision yet. They don't have that belief yet. In their mind, if somebody gets started with you, they're just thinking, oh man, if I can just get my money back, I'll feel like this is a success. So there needs to be, you need to be able to clearly and articulately be able to explain how someone can get their initial investment back without having to sponsor or recruit somebody into the business, without having to sponsor or recruit somebody into the business. And the third thing is they're saying, listen, can I be successful in this environment, right? Can I be successful here? I want to know what kind of environment, what kind of support do I have? Are you going to help me go from where I am to where it is that I want to go? Can you lead me to the promised land? These are the things that your prospects are thinking when you're approaching them about the business. Sometimes the product's not enough. For customers, sure it is. But when it comes to somebody that's wanting to lock arms with you and go build the business, these are some of the things that they want to know. So you have to understand how to answer those questions. Now, here's what you have to understand, okay? Most people that are in network marketing, let's back up a little bit. So there was a study that was done in England. And in this study, they went to an initial group of homes. They knocked on the door, and they had this big, ugly sign. And they went to each homeowner and said, listen, we are trying to do good. And would it be okay if we put this sign in your front yard that said, slow down, children are playing? And every single homeowner looked at this big sign, ugly sign, and said, man, I don't want that sign in my yard. So they said no. So nobody said yes to this big sign. So then they go to the second group of homes, and they have this smaller sign that says, slow down, children are playing. They go through the same process. Would it be okay? We're trying to do good. Would it be okay if we put this sign in your yard? So slow down, children are playing. This time they had some luck. They had about a third of the people that said yes initially to the smaller sign. But get this, they went back to those people a month later and they said, look, the sign's a little bit small. Would it be okay if we put this bigger sign in your yard? It was the same sign that originally everybody said no to. This time, 60% of those people that agreed to the small sign agreed to the bigger sign. Why? Because people are more willing to agree to do something small before they agree to do something much bigger. And that is the entire philosophy behind this system. So when I first joined, look, if you and I started a business, one thing that's never really set well with me in network marketing is, we teach buy in a big pack. That's when you're the most committed. Come in and show your commitment from day one. And then what do? We teach them to go and try and recruit people into the business, but that doesn't make sense. If you and I started a business together, if we started a shoe store and we had all this inventory, the number one objective of our business would be to move the product first. Why? Because we want to help our new distributors build belief, build confidence, and build a story. Build a story that eventually they can go and share. Why? Because with credibility, you have solvency. Without it, you are bankrupt.